Hi, it's Julie Davison. Today I'm going to show you how to make the double slider card. When you pull up on the top, the message also comes out the bottom. This is a fun interactive card and it's not quite as hard as it seems, so let me show you how to make it. We're going to start with a half a sheet of cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to use the paper trimmer or simply score tool to score it. We're going to line up the 8.5 side, the long side at the top, and we're going to score at 2 3/4 inches, 5.5 inches, and 8 1/4 inch. So we've got three equal sections here and then one skinny tab at the side. Now we're going to do a little bit of punching. We're going to create our notch at the front of the card. This is going to be in the center of the panel, and I'm using the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. You can use any of the circle punches to create the notch there in the front. Okay, so we've got the side over here on the side. That's going to be where we're going to put sticky strip. And on the panel that's on the opposite end, we're going to use the word window punch to punch 2 little divots. And this is going to be the track for the cello bag that is going to be what causes the motion in the card. Okay, I've added a little bit of sticky strip over here. Now the next part is going to be adding the slider over here on the track. And when we fold up the card, the slider piece is going to go in the middle, and then that piece is going to glue just inside the card like this. And if you notice that it's bowing a little bit, you can cut a little bit off the edge of the slider piece so that it fits in there without the extra bulk. So I'm just trimming just like a 1/16 of an inch off of the inside piece. That's the side with the track here. Now I'm going to take a piece of, I'm going to take a Stampin' Up cello bag. So this is the large cello bag, the flat cello bags. It's 6 by 8, and I'm going to take the paper trimmer again, and I'm going to cut a piece that is 1 1/4 inch wide, like this, and then I'll take my scissors and cut about a 1/2 inch or so off the end. So now I've got one long piece of cello bag, and I'm going to wrap that around that middle, well, that piece that's going to be in the middle here, and use a little piece of sticky strip there to secure it to itself. So I'm going to get a piece of that sticky strip. Okay, and I'm going to wrap that, put the sticky strip down here. When I put the cello bag on, or the ribbon or whatever you're using, I pull it tight and then I let go just a little bit so that there's a little slack. So that way the bag can easily move around the cardstock. And I'm going to take and just trim that extra piece off there. Okay, we've got our 2 sliders, and the white cardstock is 2.5 by 3.5. I'm sorry, the white cardstock is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. The green cardstock is 2.5 by 3.5. And I find the easiest way to position these on the slider is to actually close it up so that you can see where it's going to come out. So we have essentially a front and a back. We've got the middle piece there, and the part that's going to come up the top is going to go in the front. And so I'm just going to slide that in place like this, and just for placement, I'm just going to hold it there. And then on the bottom, the piece that's coming down the bottom is going to come from the back side. So I'm just going to slide it in there, and this just helps so to give us an idea of placement. So we can see now when we open the card that this bottom piece needs to go upside down. So I'm going to slide it over here and use that as a judge for where I need to put the sticky strip, and then get that sticky strip back out. Okay, so I'm going to put a little piece of sticky strip right where the top edge is going to be, and then slide this back over. So I'm lining up the bottom edges together, and that's going to adhere to the top of the sticky strip. Okay, now I'm going to open this up, and I see that this one is face up, so I'm going to slide it over, and again use that as a judgment to where to put the sticky strip. And the sticky strip goes on the cello bag. Okay, and then I'm going to slide that back over, again lining up with the top of the panel and sticking to the sticky strip. So you can try that out. When you pull up on the top, it'll slide with the cello bag so it comes out both ends. Okay, now we're ready to close up the card. And take the sticky strip off here. Now when you put the sticky strip on, you don't want to glue it like this because you don't want to catch that slider. So you're going to make sure that you get around the slider like that and stick it to itself to make a sleeve. So meeting the ends here together like this. Okay, so we have our sleeve right there. Now I like to mark the center here. I'm just going to use a marker. If you have a pencil or something, you can use that right in the center where I want my hole to be. And then I'm going to pull the slider out and use a hole punch to punch. And that way the hole is centered where I want it to go. I'm going to take a piece of the baker's twine. This is the gold baker's twine from the Occasions catalog. I'm going to feed it through the hole and tie a quick bow. Okay, I'll slide that back down in like that. So the bow, it's a really crazy bow, isn't it? Okay, and then I have a piece of designer paper, and this is 4 inches by 6 inches, and I'm going to wrap that around the I'm going to wrap that around the card. I've got my piece of sticky strip here so that the paper will stick onto itself. And actually, if you put a little bit of adhesive, you really want the designer paper to stick to the card so that it doesn't slide up and down. So, find that again. Center. Okay, back here we got our sticky strip. Adhere to the paper like this. I'll pull up and down, and then the only thing left then is to stamp the cake there in the center, and I did put that on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So there you have it, the double slider card. I hope you'll give this card a try at home. Thanks for watching. Happy stamping!